no doubt at all that Sibson looks very much fitter than he sometimes does in fights. He's always been a little bit pudgy around the midriff, but he's been getting some advice from a dietitian lately, and he certainly does look a little slimmer tonight. He's only 1.5 pounds over the weight he would have to make if he were fighting for the world title or defending his European Championship. 11 stone 6. The Garridos are a well-known boxing family in Chile, and in fact his brother, Alejandro, is the light middleweight champion of Chile. And Antonio here is the middleweight champion of that country. And Garrido has got all his work cut out here to keep out of trouble, dodging every way, and Sibson still finding him. There's some grease smeared above the eyes of Garrido, as though the corner might be expecting trouble there. 2 good left hooks from Sibson. Fierce attack. This is the 4th round, and it's Sibson's best round yet. And the other 3 weren't bad. Be a tremendous win if he were to finish it this early. Garrido's face appearing more and more lined as the minutes go by. A strong man having to suffer some rather intense punishment in that 4th round. So we enter the second half. Sibson well out in front, but Garrido still extremely strong and durable. The one thing Tony mustn't do now is get careless. Some very impressive combination punches being put together by Sibson. He has come on in the last couple of years. Garrido complaining that Sibson butted him. And in fact, Garrido goes back to the corner with a cut over his left eye, and that came about from the incident that Garrido complained about. He turned to Harry Gibbs, the referee, and motioned that Sibson had butted him. And now he's got a cut on the left eye, and Denny Mancini has to treat it. Round 7. And Garrido now with the handicap of a cut above the left eye. Certainly not the first he's had there. Well, Sibson will have to make some ghastly error now to lose this fight. So all concentration needed. Keep going, keep the guard up, and not be outfoxed by this very durable man from Santiago in Chile. And Garrido looking awfully slow as the bell came. And Sibson moves even further out in front. And Garrido very, very slow to come up there off the stool. Been well tended about the left eye. Looked awfully slow at the end of the previous round, I thought. Mounted very few attacks, taken a lot of punches, stood up to them well. Hard old pro Garrido, 29. Now the only question is whether this is going to be a points win for Sibson or inside the distance. And he's beginning to land the punches hard against the face of the Chilean champion. The eye bleeding again, Garrido. The lines looking ever more deeply etched in his face. He seems to age about 5 years with every round. Garrido bleeding a little worse now. Sibson picking him off almost at will. Garrido appears now to me to have very, very little left, except a dogged determination to try to go the 10 rounds. Benesh, the Yugoslav, who once held the European light middleweight title, stopped Garrido last year in 9 rounds. Wonder if Sibson can do something similar. It's beginning to look like it. Picking him off with both hands. Punch after punch now beginning to come in against Garrido. Little left to offer except bravery. Harry Gibbs looking at him carefully. 10 seconds to go in this round. And Garrido might only just survive it. And I think he's had enough, if you ask me. I think he's had enough. Now that might well be the first time he's ever been on the floor in his life. The bell's coming up. So Garrido on the floor, and he came to Wembley claiming he'd never been put down. Well, he looked progressively more tired in that round, and it was almost inevitable that Sibson would have him. He was backed up and up and up against the ropes, and I think the man had just taken too much at this point, and he needed a rest. And it might be over. There seems to be a little argument going on in the corner. But it is over. They've retired. Garrido has retired. And Sibson wins the fight at the end of the 8th round. And that is a very good performance by Sibson. And he may well be the first man who's ever put Garrido on the floor. And Garrido acknowledges the better man. So Sibson, who's looking for a fight for the world title with Marvin Hagler within the next few months, took a chance taking on this tough man from Chile, but he came through it absolutely triumphantly.